Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Last week on March 9th, it is reported that a family in Pennsylvania was having a backyard cookout when armed gunmen showed up and killed everyone without motive. They're saying 5 adults were killed, including a woman who was pregnant with an 8-month-old baby. In the wake of the story, they said a massive manhunt was underway for the suspects, but at the same time, they didn't have any suspects, so they were searching for the would-be shooters. And in the past year, we've been told numerous stories where there was a killing of a group of people, a police officer, no suspect, no motive, but a police hunt underway. Off the top of my head, I can think of 2 of those stories where it turned out that it was something other than armed gunmen responsible for the wrongdoing. In Illinois, there was the story of a police officer who was supposedly murdered. Later, it came out that he had committed suicide, and the manhunt launched was needless. Out of Massachusetts, there was the story of an officer getting shot up by a certain vehicle. They put out a description of the vehicle. Then it came out the next day that that officer had shot up his own vehicle. And about a month after the fact, it was reported he committed suicide. I have videos on all these stories. Of course, this story is a little bit different. They're saying a family was killed, manhunt. But now a whole week has passed by, and there hasn't been any update on this story. They haven't said that they found any gunmen. There's no leads. What I think went on here is the same thing that went on in the other stories. It's a drill reported as a story that it is not. And we are given this tragic narrative meant to shock us, meant to make us feel bad, meant to make some of us call to Big Brother for the answers and the help which the media and government wants that puts on these hoaxes. I want to show you why I think this story is a hoax, Truth Seeker. Hold on. I know some of you like Zach in the Box. Let me get that back up here. All right. So this is what the initial reporting was. 5 dead, then they upped it to 6 because they said the 8-month-old baby counted as a person. The date of the story came March 9th, 2016. In numerology, the date's interesting because it sums to 48, like words such as hoax, propaganda, and also Tom. It is Tom Wolf who is the governor of Pennsylvania, and this hoax by the numbers seems to have a lot to do with him. So March 9th, 69th day of the year this year because it's a leap year. The shooting took place in Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania. In gematria, nothing stands out too much. Pennsylvania has the gematria of 53, also like shooting. They say it happened in Allegheny County, which has gematria of 44, like kill, also like shooting. Shooting equals 44 and 53. The county in simple English gematria sums to 187, like the homicide code, a number that we see scripted into these shooting hoaxes very often. Homicide code fitting for the story of a mass homicide with no motive. The police officer's name is Stephen. Police has gematria of 33. Oftentimes the police officers quoted in these shooting hoaxes have names with 33 gematria. Stephen, a fairly common name. But again, to understand and appreciate this, you have to see how often the police officer is given a name with 33 gematria. When police equals 33, when it is the number of the PSYOPs as described in the U.S. Army Field Manual. I have different videos talking about what a mainstream psychological operation it is on cable TV waged by the military. This guy, Steven Zapala, says worst crime scene he's seen in 18 years. 18 factors into 6 plus 6 plus 6. The only reason that's important is because in a lot of these shooting hoaxes, they've deliberately coded 666. 18, kind of a backhanded way of getting to this number. Been explaining that 2016 seems to be the year of 666 for the Masonic Zionist gang that rules over us and wages these hoaxes by the numbers. For those of you who read the Bible, there's a reason that the fourth book is titled Numbers. In numerology, 4 is the number of foundation. In the Bible, the fourth book of the 39 books in the Old Testament is titled Numbers. Number 4. So they said some of the victims were the Shelton family. Jerry Shelton died. Notice that the name Shelton in gematria sums to 39 and 93. Again, this happened on March 9th, 3/9, or also written 9/3. Another one of the victims was Tina Shelton. Tina, a name was 17 and 44 gematria, just like the word kill, the small way and big way, just like Tina. Shada Mahone in simple English gematria equals 44 and 53. Again, shooting equals 44 and 53. Shada, a name with 33 gematria. Not all the names stand out as much, but that's par for the course in these coded hoaxes. Some numbers, some names a lot more obvious than others. One of the quotes in the article, "This street is always quiet." My street not so quiet right now. I live close to the fire department. Not a bad thing if your house catches on fire. Anyhow, this street is always quiet. Except for on this day where the armed gunman showed up to shoot up the Cookout for no reason. No motive. And again, March 9th, written 9/3, words such as propaganda have gematria of 93. But here's where it gets really interesting. The governor, they have this emphasized subheadline, "Must find better ways to stop gun violence." This is what he has to say in the wake of the news. What's interesting about that line is it has gematria of 152, just like Pennsylvania. Again, this is in Pennsylvania, this story. Whenever they give us these coded headlines, the gematria is always important. Remember, I studied this for a year before I presented it to anyone. Just wanted to make sure the information was on point. So Governor Tom Wolf, he sends out a tweet after the shooting, something that's become routine. Notice Tom Wolf, the 47th governor of Pennsylvania, 47, very special number to the Masons, currently 67 years old. Freemasonry equals 67. What's most interesting about this, though, is that from his birthday, which is November 17th, to the date of the shooting, March 9th, is a span of 113 days. This number that they love to code into their mainstream lies, Scottish, as in Scottish Rite Freemasonry equals 113, mainstream, dishonest, green screen. It's Bava Kama 113a that says a Jew can circumvent a Gentile by lying to them. The mainstream media and our government controlled by Masons and Zionists. It's also a span of 3 months and 21 days, like a countdown from his birthday to their planned shooting hoax for the state. All these shooting hoaxes, they're going to all states. It's national propaganda, ongoing, all contrived by the numbers. I've shown this before where it syncs up with the governor by the numbers. The Freemasons like to measure from the birthdays. He's the big boss of the state. Just a joke. Check this out. On the same day, here's another story from March 9th. Bull kills Michigan farmer, police shoot animal 33 times. I just show that to just show how ridiculous this news is that they put before us and how important these numbers are to them. Again, police equals 33, masonry equals 33. Posted at 440, officer equals 44, kill equals 44. It's a joke out there, truth seeker. And you'll see right through it with this gematria. All right, until next time.